Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. President-elect Biden released the 1.9 trillion 1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, everybody. And in this video, I'm going to give you all the details of the brand new American Rescue Plan that has been released. It's a very, very ambitious plan. Let's just jump right into it, everybody. The breaking news of the new $1.9 trillion stimulus package from President-elect Biden. Let's roll. So, folks, the new $1.9 trillion plan is called the American Rescue Plan. Yep, it's called the American Rescue Plan. Now, it includes a lot of things that we were expecting, but it does include some new things that were unexpected, and it's very ambitious, folks. Chuck Schumer had told President-elect Biden that he could do $1.3 trillion. There were some reports that would be 1.5, but this is $1.9 trillion. Now, there are some major spending initiatives, but let me give you the bottom line right away. This includes direct payments of $1,400 on top of the $600 that were provided in December. So that's the first thing. $400 per week in unemployment benefits through September. Okay, so it'll be up from $300 a week to $400 a week. $350 billion for state and local governments. That is more than what was originally anticipated. Raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Okay, $130 billion to help schools reopen. $160 billion in funding for a national program of vaccination, testing, and other containment efforts. So, folks, this is a very aggressive plan, and I gotta hand it to President-elect Biden. This is pretty interesting. So here's the plan, everyone, on your screen. Okay, direct payments of $1,400 on top of the $600 approved in December, $400 per week in unemployment benefits through September, $350 billion for state and local governments, raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, $130 billion to help schools reopen, $160 billion in funding for a national program of vaccination, testing, and other containment efforts, $30 billion for rental and small landlord support, $25 billion for childcare providers, more food assistance. Now, the childcare tax credits I already reported earlier on our channel. So significant amount of childcare tax credits, from $3,000 to $3,600 a year sent out in monthly payments to parents of children, in low income situations, and expanded medical and family leave. So this is quite significant, everybody, because this is like I said, this is a super ambitious plan, and again, this plan is called the American Rescue Plan, and a lot of let's take a look at this same reporting here. Let me just show this to you folks so you guys can see it. So again, this is everything that's included in this package. Now, the thing that's really jumping out at me is obviously the direct stimulus checks. And again, I want to be clear. This is going to be the first of two major spending plans that are going to be sought by President-elect Biden in the first few months of his presidency. The second bill, which is expected next month, will tackle the job creation, infrastructure, climate change, and racial inequality. So there's a lot. Senior Biden officials who've been working on this stimulus for weeks confirmed that President-elect Biden still supports $10,000 in student loan forgiveness. Now, President-elect Biden will formally introduce this plan at 7:15 p.m. East Coast time tonight. So he's going to introduce the plan at 7:15 p.m. East Coast time tonight. So by the time you watch this video, when you watch the recording, he will have already presented the plan. But pretty incredible. This is nearly $2 trillion. Okay, I'm pretty sure that individuals like a Senate minority leader, by the time he's, President-elect Biden's president, the Senate minority leader, Mitch McConnell, is going to freak out. He's going to freak out. He's going to go, what? Senate majority leader, Mitch, going to go, no. That's what the Senate majority leader is going to go. And I think Rand Paul's going to just pass out and freak out, or he's going to go on all the channels and he's going to be, smashing this plan to pieces. Because I know that Rand Paul is going to be is not going to be ecstatic about this. I don't think Rand Paul is going to be very pleased. So um, the Biden team does believe that this package has enough in it to make it to get enough Republican senators to approve. Now, keep in mind, many conservatives will not approve it, but you know they have enough momentum to be able to get this done. Now that Democrats have 50 seats in the Senate, well, they will have when Reverend Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff will be sworn in and will be certified. So we already know that Marco Rubio from Florida already offered his support for the $2,000 checks, and Marco Rubio actually wrote a letter to Biden that was dated on Tuesday, and in the letter he said that hey, we need to do $2,000 checks. In fact, he said all across our nation people are looking for answers and demanding accountability. In fact, why don't I show you folks the letter? Here's the letter on your screen. This letter is from Marco Rubio, Senator Rubio, and let's make sure you folks can see. Yeah, you can see the whole letter. Okay, so addressing the events of last week, and said that it would send a powerful message to the American people if, on the first day of your presidency, you call the House and the Senate to send you the legislation to increase direct economic impact payments from 600 to 2,000. And he said that this would be a positive message. Pretty strong comments from Marco Rubio saying this would be a positive message, and says that, oh, this is a good one. Although I will disagree with your administration frequently over the next 4 years, I am committed to working in good faith to advance critically important and effective policies on behalf of the people of this great nation. Interesting. And he says, you have the ability to help break the paralysis in Washington by delivering desperately needed relief. I implore you to rise above the rhetoric and deliver an increase in assistance for American families. Thank you for your assistance in this important matter. So, we know that Marco Rubio's on board. So that is definitely encouraging. Now, many economists, including the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, I want our viewers and subscribers to know, have warned that without additional relief and economic stimulus, we could suffer some dire consequences. So I just want to be clear. Jerome Powell is in favor. Comment below and let me know what you think about this. But Jerome Powell is in favor of more economic relief. In fact, here's an article that was just published on CNBC. I want to make sure you folks can see it. Powell sees no interest rate hikes on the horizon as long as inflation stays low. He said when the time comes to raise interest rates, we'll certainly do that. And that time, but by the way, it's not going to happen soon. So he's not going to raise interest rates anytime soon. Should inflation accelerate, we have the tools for that. We will use them. So this is the time to basically, what Jerome Powell is saying is, hey, this is the time to borrow money. This is the time to borrow cheap money and inject it into the economy. So I think these comments make a lot of sense. Let me know if you want to see some of the comments from Jerome Powell. If I see enough comments asking for, if you folks want to see Jerome Powell's comments, I'll definitely show you those comments. So let me know if you want to see them below. But basically, he said, when the time comes to raise interest rates, we'll certainly do that. And that time, by the way, is no time soon. So let's see what some of our viewers and subscribers are saying. Let's see. I'm looking at some of your messages. What is the income limit? Chris is asking. So Chris, we're waiting for the exact details to emerge, but it does look like the income limit is similar to the CARES Act. So it does look like that. And let's see. No, I'm not. I'm just coughing because I've been talking all day. I have a dry throat. Come on. Do I look sick? I'm fine. This is the interesting thing about video. If I go, everybody's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. It's very sweet of you. Let's see if there are any questions. PUA and FPUC. Yeah, I just said that, right? So what President-elect Biden wants to do is extend the programs all the way through September and make it $400 a week. So that would include the PUA. And the answer to your question about FPUC is up from $300 to $400. So I did address that. Let's see. I'm seeing a lot of questions coming in. As the plan is formally introduced, I'll be able to answer specific questions. So let's see. Let's get back to some of the comments here. So yeah, Powell definitely wanted more to be done. And as folks, as of this morning, the pandemic has killed 384,000 of our fellow Americans, according to data from Johns Hopkins University. And the latest jobless claims report that was published last week shows that the first time claims for unemployment jumped to 965,000 last week. So, pretty incredible, everyone. And let's see. The question is, how fast are we going to bounce back? We seem to be bouncing back, but there's still a lot more work to be done. And and now keep in mind that President-elect Biden wants bipartisan support. He does want to do this with some Republican senators, which, by the way, is a good thing. By the way, if you learn something new, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. Biden and his team cannot afford to lose a single Democrat, and they will have to draw in moderate Republicans if he wants to get most of his stuff done. So, and keep in mind, folks, the Senate is going to be pretty distracted because there will simultaneously be an effort. There will simultaneously be an effort, everyone, from, there'll simultaneously be, the Senate's going to be distracted with what's going on with the impeachment trial of Trump. So that's going to definitely get in the way. Let's see. I'm trying to find $400 billion, everyone, for the management for the management of the pandemic. And by the way, this is reporting from Bloomberg. I'll provide you with a link to all of these articles in the description section below. So please make sure you check it out. A Biden official said the risk of doing too little is far greater than the risk of going too big. And because of low interest rates, we need to simply borrow more. And it does make a lot of sense because the interest rates are so low. And a Biden transition team official said President-elect Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan is ambitious but achievable and will rescue the American economy and start beating the pandemic. And right now, folks, we do have a split Congress, but it's fair to say that the Democrats hold the edge because they have 50 Democrats in the Senate with the Vice President-elect Kamala Harris casting the tiebreaker vote. There's, like I said earlier, there's $350 billion, everyone, for state and local governments, more than double the $160 billion that Republicans had backed in a bipartisan compromise proposal. But that's still less than nearly $500 billion that House Speaker Pelosi and fellow Democrats had on their plan. So it looks like they've come up with something rather ambitious. But I assure you that people like Rand Paul will not vote for this. But the fact that Marco Rubio has come out in support of this, who knows what's going to happen. I know that there's going to be a lot of drama when the Senate comes back next Tuesday because, number one, there are going to be a lot of security concerns. I just hope that we have an uneventful week. In fact, I wanted to show you folks something interesting. If you're not following me on Twitter, I would encourage you to follow me on Twitter. One of my tweets where I simply said, I'll actually show you folks. One of my tweets where I simply said, I hope we have an uneventful week. I'll show it to you folks because I actually think it's pretty funny. One of my tweets where I said, I hope very rapidly, so join us. I said, really hope this week is uneventful. And it seems I got a lot of likes because I just want this week to be uneventful. So it seems like I'm not the only one who wants it to be uneventful. But let's get back to the $1.9 trillion stimulus, everybody. By the way, folks, back to Twitter. Just FYI, please follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is ignition_time. So that's ignition_time. Follow me on Twitter. You'll know in real time what I'm reading, what I'm thinking. There's my mugshot. But you'll know in real time what I'm reading, what I'm thinking. So definitely follow me on Twitter so that we can engage with each other on Twitter. So just go to Twitter. I type in my name or type in ignition time and or just search for ignition_time. So let me close that actually. Let's get back to further news about the stimulus. And what we're finding is that there is a sense of urgency about the stimulus. Like I said, President-elect Biden is going to speak at 7:15 p.m. East Coast time today. So there's continuing damage to the economy. There's a second impeachment of Trump. That's going to suck up a lot of time and energy, folks. That's going to suck up a lot of time and energy. But tell you what, the senators, I don't know if you folks know this, but Congress has a 3-day work week. You do know that, right? And it's been that way for decades. So the House and the Senate have a 3-day work week. I don't know if you know that. But the Senate is going to have to do 10 days worth of work in a 3-day work week because they have an impeachment trial and they have to confirm Biden's cabinet picks and they have to pass the stimulus package. And they don't just pass the package. They have to debate it. They have to vote on it. And you know how lawmakers like to give long speeches. Have you ever have you ever seen a lawmaker who just said like two sentences and then voted? No, they have to give long speeches and they have to use the moment to appeal to their constituents. So that's definitely what we're going to see. The Democrats say they want to pass this package by the middle of March. Okay, by the middle of March, when the unemployment benefits expire. And according to Brian Deese, who's a National Economic Council director, the incoming National Economic Council director. By the way, Brian Deese seems like a more. I just want to be clear. Brian Deese seems like a much more hands-on guy. Everybody. Brian D seems like the kind of guy who knows what's happening, who understands what's needed. He doesn't seem like he's kind of sort of out of it, like the current national economic advisor, who by the way we haven't even heard from. We haven't even heard from Uncle Kudlow in a long time, So I can tell you that Brian Deese is going to be a breath of fresh air compared to Larry Kudlow. That much I can assure you. Not that any of us, chomping at the bits to hear from the National Economic Advisor, because I'm sure nobody cares. But I'm just trying to draw a comparison and a contrast. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do. Anyway, here's a comment on your screen from Brian Deese. By the way, the stock market was up. Well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. The stock market wasn't up, but a lot of my stocks really surged. I don't know if you folks know this, but I can actually show you folks yeah. Anyway, my three biggest holdings are Apple, Bank of America, and Virgin Galactic. And you probably know what happened with Virgin Galactic today. But Brian D said Biden's plans will reflect the urgency of the economic situation that our country finds itself in and the need for action, urgent action. We need to focus on unity, even in a moment that is challenging and difficult as this one. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Brian. And that's what we need. The American people need leadership. And it looks like we might get some evidence of leadership. So this is an encouraging thing. Let me take a quick look at some of the comments here and see if there's anything I can address. Let's see. Johnny's asking, does anyone know what date the $1,400 will be sent out? Johnny, it'll be the middle of March before something like this can get approved. Number one. Number two, when it gets approved, the money will go out 2 to 3 weeks later. So don't hold your breath waiting for this money in the near future. It's gonna be a while. And by the way, the $1,400 is not law. This is a proposal. Okay, I don't know. It's not a signed law. It's not a bill. It has to be debated on on the floor of the House, then the Senate, then it has to be signed into law by President-elect Biden. So that's what's going on. No, somebody says should be sent out January 16th. No. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, $400 is what is proposed. Rosie Brooks asks, can somebody just tell me what's in the plan? I'm just coming in, Rosie. Go back and watch this video from the beginning. So let's see. Yeah, so let's go back and see if there's any other update for you folks. Give me just one moment, everyone. Okay, so here's something interesting, everyone. Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell, who were all over Fox News, have actually disappeared from Fox News. There were some reports that Trump did not want to pay Giuliani because he was not happy with the work that Giuliani had done. That's super interesting. And a lot of there's a lot of politics, everyone, surrounding the 1.9 trillion dollar package. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Vice President Mike Pence has committed to an orderly transition and a safe inauguration. Okay, and so this is super interesting as well, because obviously we need this. But give me a moment. Yeah, it's a big package. It's definitely the package is definitely going big. The 1.9 trillion dollar package is going big. State and local aid, unemployment insurance, SNAP benefits, renters, all sorts of packages, $15 minimum wage, paid leave. So there's a lot. There's a lot included in this ambitious package. Let me know what you think of the Biden package, everyone, in the description section below. And in the meantime, I wanted to make sure that you folks are aware of all the content that we've released on our channel today. Let me quickly show you some of the content that actually has been released on the Ignition Time channel. Just a moment. I don't want you folks to miss any of the stuff we've been releasing, because there's been a ton of information that I think you should definitely check out and catch up on. So let me actually show you our screen. And so, folks, this right here is obviously the video that you're watching now. I've outlined a big misunderstanding about the $2,000 package that I encourage you to watch. You are paying $3,000 a month for something that's quite surprising. I think you need to watch it. It's got something to do with bathrooms. Yep, it's got something to do with bathrooms. A new statement today from Trump and potentially why he made it. The original reports were that a $1.3 trillion package was coming, but as we now know, it is a $1.9 trillion package. So, very, very interesting. Very interesting that that's going on. But as we're speaking, folks, more news is coming in, and the okay. So this is hold on, folks. There's something big here. Just a moment, okay. Seth Abramson from the New York Times is reporting something quite significant here. I'm actually seeing this in real time with you folks. So give me a moment while I actually pull this up, and we can actually consume this news together. Because again, folks, definitely follow me on Twitter, because I do believe that there's a lot we can there's a lot of real time information that our community can get on Twitter. Okay. Apparently, Seth Abramson from the New York Times is saying, let's take a look at this. Let me show you. And I have to understand his basis for saying this. Seth Abramson from the New York Times is saying that it was Trump's anger at Missonier, whose words DHHS now says were correct, that prompted Trump to transfer pandemic response from the Department of Health and Human Services to Pence. The resultant delay, per the Post, caused 80% of the death toll. What? Let's take a look at this. This is Seth Abramson with the New York Times. Guys, I'll have to process this information, but this news suggests that a new book was released. I believe the book's called Proof of Corruption. It was Trump's anger at somebody whose words DHHS now says were correct that prompted Trump to transfer pandemic response from DHHS to Pence. I will have to process this before I can report it on our channel. I have no doubt that we could have done a better job responding to the pandemic. I have one of my best friends was lost his life as a direct result of this. So let me take a look at this here. Just one moment, everybody. I have something important that I wanted to share. Just a moment. I'm actually going to show it to you now. The Department of Health and Human Services, okay, the U.S. Secretary, check this out. Whoa. Alex Azar acknowledges that a top CDC official was right in her February warning about mass disruption. The US Secretary of Health and Human Services, Alex Azar, excoriated China for its tactics, okay, and acknowledged for the first time that a top official at the Center for Disease Control was correct when she warned in February that COVID could cause a severe disruption in lives. This official, let's actually zoom in. Let me move this to one side and bring myself here. Okay. This official, Dr. Nancy Messonnier, here, let me do this so you folks can see this. Let me zoom out a little bit. Just a second, folks. Zoom out a bit so you folks can see. Whoops, it's too small. One moment. Guys, I have to do this in real time for you. As guys, my philosophy towards these videos is as long as there are no major mess ups, I've done good. Because, no one's perfect, right? The official, Dr. Nancy Messonnier, was muzzled for 9 months after issuing the warning in February, which threw the stock market into a nosedive and infuriated Trump, who was on his way back from India at the time. But she was merely repeating what she had learned from a task force meeting. He said, she and we were correct. My lord. Just going through this as we speak. Guys, I think that when this whole situation is analyzed in the years to come, we'll understand the full extent of what was done and what could have been done, because I actually think we don't know the whole picture yet. We certainly don't know the whole picture of what happened last week, and I don't think we know the whole picture of what happened with the pandemic. I think we'll know more. Here's something more that's interesting, everybody. Trump's senior staff is packing up, everybody. Trump's senior staff is all packing up their offices. Mark Meadows' wife, Debbie, appears to be loading up some type of stuff. Let's see if we have more pictures. The formal dining room. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, it looks like these guys are packing, packing and leaving the White House, and they're taking some stuff. Interesting. Taking something. Lord, gosh, this is going to be dissected like there's no tomorrow. I'm actually going to. I have a couple of other things I wanted to report to you folks. Hang in there, just a second. And I have a couple of important things I wanted to share. So here's a summary, everyone, of the Biden stimulus from Jeff Stein over the Washington Post. 13.5 million adult dependents, 50% students, 20% disabled, who were excluded from prior stimulus payments, will actually get money now. This includes $2,000 checks. By the way, it's $1,400. $400 UI through September will push for triggers. It will not be retroactive. What this means is, my interpretation right now is, when the $300 a week ends in March, it will increase to $400 a week from March through September. Keep in mind, it is going to be a few weeks before this passes both the House and the Senate, okay? I just want to be clear about that. Child tax credits, $3,000 per kid, fully refundable. $15 per hour minimum wage. Eviction moratorium to be extended. So lots of updates there, everyone. I'll keep you posted as we get more information. But that's let's see. Give me a moment, everybody. Trying to find some other alerts for you folks. I did talk about the Biden American Rescue Package. I did give you all the highlights of it. Now, this is an interesting one, folks. Check this out. Let me know what you guys think about this. Caitlin Collins reports that as Trump remains out of sight, Pence adds to the emerging picture that he's the one running the government in his final days, attending a FEMA briefing with top officials on inauguration security. 2 troop visits this weekend, and he'll attend Biden's inauguration. And Pence actually did speak with the National Guard. Actually, I believe I have a quote, everybody. I can actually show you the quote, just a moment. I'll show you the quote from VP Pence. Here's a quote on your screen. Pence took a few minutes talking to individual members, stating, "Have a safe inauguration, and I just wanted to stop out and say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for stepping forward. God bless you in the days ahead. It's been my great honor to serve you as your VP." Made a surprise visit to the Capitol to greet National Guard members, and very interesting. There is a letter in which President Trump is asking Congress to cut funds to certain departments, cutting funds to certain departments in the week before he leaves office. Interesting. Now, keep in mind that something like this, folks, is highly symbolic because, if Trump does one thing, Biden can come in and do another. But apparently, there is a rescission request affecting different programs, including the District of Columbia. And very interesting that Trump would actually want to cut these costs before he leaves. So that is something that is super interesting. But here's a statement from FBI Director Chris Wray, who said, "We know who you are, and the FBI agents are coming after you." So this, folks, is the highlight of all the coverage today. I hope you learned something new. If you did, please click the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. I would really appreciate that. On a lighter note, I'm going to leave you with some important messages. This is probably going to make you smile, so hang in there and watch this all the way through to the end, because I do have some important messages and some important trivia for you at the very end. So hang in there. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. In case you're new to my channel, I encourage you to actually check out my video. This is my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream. I am a proud patriot, and I can tell you that we live in highly unusual times, and I do want to share something with our community. For me, it's not about the red or the blue, it's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican, I'm American. Now, whenever I say something that is remotely anti-Trump, because of the strong feelings that Trump elicits, I'm called a Democrat. Whenever I say something against House Speaker Pelosi or against President-elect Biden, which I will say in the future because they are bound to have missteps and make mistakes, I'm called a Republican. Our country is so unique, is so diverse, is so powerful that it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter whether we are Democrats or Republicans, and we should call out stuff as we see it. I promise you, I will call out both sides of the aisle, and that is what makes this channel not red, not blue, but about the red, white, and blue. We are not Democrats, we are not Republicans, we are all Americans, and we are all Americans first. We all want what's best for the country. Just because something is happening that is wrong on one side, you can't take something that's wrong on the other side to justify another wrong. This is not about comparing one wrong about the other. This is just about calling stuff out as we see it, and that is what I'm going to do on my channel. I will always tell you the truth wherever the truth might lead us. The truth is actually going to lead us in some good places, I believe, in 2021, but it's also going to lead us in some unsavory places. But I can promise you that I will tell you the truth because I have a lot of respect for my audience and I have a lot of integrity. I'm going to speak whatever I feel honestly about. I'm not going to try and toe the line when something is so dramatic that it requires someone to take a stand. I'm not going to try and get every sort of viewer because for me, honestly, this channel is a labor of love. I have businesses, I have real estate that essentially, gives me what I need. This channel is a labor of love. This channel is a byproduct of truth, byproduct of integrity. And hopefully, you're getting some value out of it. Remember, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. If you want to get on our SMS alerts list, simply get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. So send that message to the number 70000. You'll get added to our SMS alerts list going forward. You can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. And then you can get added to our email list going forward. You can opt out of the SMS list or the email list at any point in time that you want. No worries about that. Once you're on our lists, you'll be able to get breaking news and alerts from us. You'll get important information about any training programs that we might release going forward. So make sure you get on our list. I would really appreciate that. If you learned something new from this video, please share this video with 2 friends or family members. That's 2 friends or family members. You'll always get a link to all of our resources in the description section below. So make sure you check out the description section below. Follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. So make sure to follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. That's ignition_time. The unique thing about Twitter is you'll know in real time what I'm reading and you'll be able to see my retweets in real time. The unique thing about our Twitter community is it's growing very rapidly, and I encourage you to follow me on Twitter. Also, if you learned something new from this video, please click the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. I would really appreciate that. Please comment below. One of the things I'm especially proud about is our community. Our community is growing, it's respectful, it's bipartisan. So definitely comment below and become a part of our growing community. Thank you so much for watching. Please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time.